Jai Sri Ram, welcome everybody. Welcome to Bharat Marg. Vinay Ji, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it highly. And today we are going to discuss about something which many people don't know, especially if you are migrating to Canada. Or this is only you can. It's very very scary to live in Canada. Okay, we will discuss about this to Vinay Ji with Vinay Ji car theft home break-ins at record high. Okay, we'll give all the data for you. Check it out, and if you have any question, post it. Any comment, do let us know. And but before going further, friends, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as you can, so that we can spread the truth. Okay, because so many things are happening with the political regime here, and you have no idea, and you should know it. Okay, and anyway, but if you didn't subscribe the channel Bharat Marg yet, please make sure to subscribe it and press the notification bell to stay connected. And also, we send out one dharmic message now every day in multiple languages, friends. You can get it by sending a WhatsApp to +16479644790. And right now we send it in English, Tamil, Hindi, and shortly we are starting in Telugu. And you can get it in the language of your choice, and you and your family can be stay connected to the Sanatan Dharma. Vinay Ji, thank you for joining us. Welcome, welcome. Okay.
Thank you, Ji.
So, living in Canada is scary. You know, car theft. It's a big news, right? It's unbelievable number of car theft. If you have won a car, you are in trouble. Pretty much it's like that. Okay, you please let me know. And home break-ins, of course, we will more focus on the car theft and home break-ins. We have done few videos on it, and please take it over.
Yeah, I remember, way back when life was simple, people used to ride a bicycle, live in a small hut, or live in a rental apartment or rental house. And they used to carry one of those cloth bags to walk from home to grocery stores and back. I think those days are coming back to Canada because people are scared to own cars, own houses, dress fashionably, because anybody who sees a person who is a little affluent based on his clothing, based on his dressing habits, based on his car that he drives, or based on where he lives, I think these people are potential victims of crime. Okay, so I think the days are numbered here. Very before we go back to those kind of days. So I mean, there are people who still want to flaunt off their wealth and stuff like that by
Vinay, just to counter you, there has been a video just went viral some time back. The guys were stealing bicycle of the kids in Canada. So I don't know how safe the bicycle
sorry,
is.
I think maybe the best thing is walk. Just don't even bother. So just wear one dhoti and just walk, because then nobody is can carry no more than $2 to $5 in your pocket. If somebody confronts you, even that, they won't spare those people. Then if they attack you, then you give them the $5 that you have and just walk away. Boss, leave me alone. Take my $5. So this is what is coming to, because carjacking, people actually attacking victims near houses, and burglary and breaking in, car thefts is on the it's on the rise in Canada. Okay, so it's very unfortunate that this is happening, and not much is in terms of an action plan has been taken by the government, and the police are doing their best to maintain law and order, but unfortunately they are also at the mercy of the government policies, the laws and things that they have to follow, right? If they're not given enough powers, they are kind of constrained about how much they can do. Because in case a police officer shouts at somebody or chases somebody, then it becomes, oh, it's not inclusive. You can't do that. You're discriminating against somebody. So all this thing comes up. Now let's jump right into the car theft. Okay, I'm going to give you some statistics that's going to shock the viewers. And if anybody feels a little high blood pressure or any of that thing, right, I would recommend to watch, either not watch it or watch it very carefully at your discretion. Okay, now with regards to the car theft, I'm just going to jump right into the crux of the issue. So the statistics based on the Canadian Finance and Leasing Association, they released a report just recently, and it says that a vehicle is stolen in Canada every 6 minutes.
Wow.
One vehicle gets stolen in Canada every 6 minutes.
Means 24 hours every 6 minutes.
Every 6 minutes. Round the clock. Okay. So this is kind of shocking to me as well. When I learned about this, I was like, holy, this is like crazy. And the funny thing is, the way things happen, and you had that, I think you had a picture of that, the one of the pictures just before, and no, that shows that a car can get stolen in as little as 90 seconds.
Yeah. And this lady was talking. She went for shopping. By the time she came back in a broad daylight, and
So,
the car was gone.
yeah, the strategy is very simple. Okay, see, the people think that technology, because of the new technologies and all that, their cars are much safer. But with the remote key entry and all that, right, like, you don't need a key to go in and open the door like old times. Now everything is remote, right? So with those, people think it's more secure, because then it'll start sounding alarm and whatever. But actually those cars are a lot more vulnerable to break into. Okay, so the modus operandi is, right, they basically, most of them are wearing hooded things or a hat or whatever to kind of hide themselves as much as possible. All right,
Not come. Their face won't come in the CCTV.
exactly. In the
Okay.
CCTVs and cameras, they're not
Yeah,
recognizable
you can see
easily,
here. Yeah.
right? So these guys go, obviously they're doing a little bit of scouting before they do it, right? Because they don't want to go willy-nilly and just start taking a car away. So they basically monitor that house or a property for maybe a couple of days or whatever, a week or whatever, and then they go in when during the night times, even sometimes during the daytime, when people are at home, they're not too bothered about things, and they also look at the habits of the people, whether they are sleeping or working or whatever, right? So people are not too worried about what's going on outside, and they go in within 90 seconds. They have a way of doing it. They either break into the door with a hammer and a screwdriver, and the door opens, and once they're in, they hot wire the car, and by hot wiring the car, you're off in 90 seconds. Sometimes I've also heard that they break into the house, and people typically hang their keys, their car keys, their house keys and all that, right at the front entrance. Okay, so the car thieves know about this, so they break into the house, and they walk to the place where usually people hang their car keys and things, and they take the car key and they walk out, and that's it.
And Vinayji, we did a video on it. Okay, the police was saying they do home break-ins in 26 seconds. They are in and
Absolutely.
out.
Absolutely.
Because
Because,
after 30 seconds, the alarm starts ringing and it shuts off it gives a warning in 3 minutes.
yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, you know what? Even if there's an alarm, that's fine. But if there's no alarm, they monitor these houses that, where the alarm is not there, where owners are completely they're sleeping on the second floor or third floor. Especially these days, they build
No, no,
townhomes,
even the
right?
alarm is there. They will able to do it, and
Yeah,
before it warns, they are out from there.
exactly. The
In and out.
townhomes that they're building right now, for example, right? They are like 4 story, or sometimes even 5 story. They've got a basement, they've got a main floor, they've got second floor, third floor, fourth floor, and most people are sleeping on the fourth floor. So by the time they come down, the guys are gone. They break open the door, and breaking open the door also is a pretty simple strategy, right? They've got master keys that they use to open the door, and they go in, or they, worst case, they break the glass, because most houses in Canada, they have got a front glass pane, and they just break it, and they go in, and that's it. It's a very simple strategy, right? So this has been going on. So the way these guys operate, from what I understand, the cars that get stolen, most of them are transported to Halifax in Nova Scotia. Okay, especially the ones on the east side of the country. On the west side of the country, they, let's say Alberta, British Columbia, and stuff. They take it to the British Columbia, the Vancouver port. Okay, and from there, what they take it mostly to the busy ports. Okay, and what happens is, when people are extremely busy, the immigration and whatever, right? They kind of they're sending these stolen cars in trucks. And the funny thing is, they don't even take the VIN number off. They even have documents, and they top it all. Even the license plates are on the cars. Some of them, they don't even bother to take the license plates off. So all the
That
documents.
much confidence they must have on the administration.
So basically, there's something going on. There could be a nexus. I don't want to go into that, between the customs, immigration, and these guys. I'm not sure. I don't want to comment on that. But again, these guys are doing it so boldly, that they load it from the truck into the ship, and the ship basically are going to either Dubai, or Africa, or mostly those Middle Eastern countries. Okay, and they're getting almost 70 to 80% of the value of the car. Okay, so now, going into the statistics of what gets stolen, and things like that, you'll be surprised that Honda CRV is the top on the list. Okay, so it is the most stolen car in Canada. All right, and it is the most expensive car to get insurance. All right, so the price range for these cars are in the $30,000 to $40,000. All right, and then you got other cars. Then you got Lexus, which is the fourth in the list. Then the Land Rover, Range Rover, those are on the eighth on the list. And Lexus can get about $80,000 per car. The price range is around in the $80,000 range, and the Range Rovers are in the $100,000 range. Okay, so you are getting about 70 to 80% of the value of these cars by stealing the cars, which is done so quickly and boldly, right? So bottom line, it's happening rampantly. And the funny thing is, it's also like, people don't have to be sleeping or whatever when their car gets stolen. I've heard instances where a person was walking out of his house in the morning to to go to his office, and he walked in outside, and about 3 or 4 people came and attacked him, and took his car keys, and just beat him up, and then left him on his driveway, and drove away with his car.
Means,
This is also happening. This is
many time
carjacking.
people may be thinking the way you are talking, Vinayji. Many time people may be thinking you are talking about Pakistan or some Somalia or something
Like
like that.
I remember about 20 years ago, when I've lived here a lot, for a long time. But 20 years ago, one of my buddies actually immigrated from South Africa, right? And I asked him, "Hey, South Africa is a pretty good country, and whatever. Like, how come you left?" And he said, "Man, this is the thing. The crime rate is so high in South Africa; it's unbelievable." And this apparently he experienced one of these carjackings himself, and he said, enough is enough, because my life is more important for me, so I immigrated to Canada. Now guess what, in Canada this is happening.
So now I was looking, Vinayji, please don't mind me. I was thinking this man is the culprit, but it looks to be your friend at last.
The guy from South Africa, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate that this is happening. Now I'm going to give you another little bit of statistics on this, on what's happening, right? So in 2021, the car theft rate was not as high. I'm talking only about 3 years ago. All right. And in Toronto, for just give you statistics on Toronto, in Toronto, about 6,600 cars were stolen in 2021. In 2022, that rose to 9,700. In 2023, it rose to 12,000. Okay. So the irony is this is only increasing. Okay. And nothing is being done about it. And like I said, every 6 minutes, a car gets stolen in Canada.
And latest record I got was from the police. You can check it out at the Peel Police website, friends. Every 15 to 20 minutes, there is a home break-in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, exactly.
So that is not far behind either.
It's not far behind, and breaking in and burglary and all that is so rampant. So let's look at the fundamental problem, right? Like why is this happening? Because in the last 3, 4, 5 years, our honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Justin Trudeau, changed the policy of the country, and he decided he's going to bring in refugees, immigrants, students, and then he did not give them enough to support themselves.
People will think that you are a knucklehead who is kind of promoting the Trumpism here.
No, I mean, like, these are the facts. I'm not basing it off of anything else. I mean, like, one thing about me is I base everything on facts and data. I don't assume things, or I don't make assumptions, right? And I've already told you this. I mean, I don't even want to give my opinion about something unless I have supporting data. So the irony is, this is what has happened in the last 4 or 5 years. The number of immigrants, the refugees who have come in to Canada is huge, humongous. For a country that is only about 30 million plus in population, they're bringing like 500,000 people to 1,000,000 people every year. And out of which, the refugees form a huge chunk. Okay. And
they don't want the students, but they are okay with the refugees.
No, they also brought a whole bunch of students, but did not provide them enough housing, enough healthcare, enough the cost of living. Because basically they said you have to bring you have to show $10,000 per year to support yourself. All right, $10,000. Like, how the heck can a person live in Canada for $10,000 a year? Like, a single person, like, you got to pay rent. Rental cost has gone up so much. Like,
But refugees can afford, right? The government is paying so much money for them.
No, I'm just telling you. Like rental cost is about $600 to $700 if you're even living in a room in a condo, right? Like let's say
Shared
4 or 5
accommodation.
students are sharing. But now today, what's happening is to reduce that 600, 700. An apartment that can accommodate 5 people is now accommodating 20 to 30 people, so that the rental cost is reduced to about 200 to 300 per head, right? But that is not safe. That is against the norm. That is against the bylaws, actually. And then you got to eat as well. Like, you got to eat, you got to dress, you got to wear clothes, you got to. So how the heck can $10,000
And in
take
the
you to
meantime,
the
you have
year?
to study too, the visa you came in.
Plus you got to study, plus you got to pay your fees. Yeah, fees is separate. I mean, I'm talking only the cost of living expenses for under to be under 10,000. And then the government one day woke up and said, oh, so 10,000 is not enough, so let's make it 22,000. Just willy-nilly they just changed it to 22,000. Now a lot of students who were planning to come here decided, no, this is not going to work for us, so they stopped coming. And we just talked about it last week about the statistics on that, right? so
But
so then the refugees who are coming in, they get accommodation for a few months, and after that you're on your own. So how do they survive? They don't have skills. They don't have job skills. They
but
don't have any education. Most of them are, coming from Syria, Afghanistan, Iran, and those kind of countries where they don't have a lot of education. And unfortunately, because many of these countries are war-torn countries, they have never been to school. They've never had the opportunity to go to schools, I should say, because of the environment there. And as a result, they come here and they can't speak the language. They don't have any skills, and they don't have any education. So, how the heck are they going to survive here? The government has not even taken an initiative to educate these people, to give them some skills, to kind of give them some certifications or whatever, right? And the other thing is, when you go looking for a job, the first thing that the people ask is, do you have Canadian experience? Sorry, sir, I don't.
now it is illegal to ask that question, right?
Well, it's not everywhere. It's certain. I mean, private wise, people do ask the question. Only in the government sectors, people are kind of not asking. But the thing is, when you interview somebody and you know that the person doesn't have skills, you don't have to say, do you have Canadian experience? All you have to ask him is certain questions. And if the person is unable to answer, you just say, thank you, sir.
So where did you work last?
Why did you work last? Whatever. And then you just say, okay, next. So you ask the next
Yes.
candidate to come and
Vinay
interview.
ji, one thing I want to bring it to the attention of the viewers. Okay. Many times people think I have a used car. My car is 10 years old, 12 years old. I am safe. I just want to say I just want to give you a live example. Vinay ji, in my neighborhood, the young kid was going to the job and came back, and they broke open the window, the window, and took away the kid forgot the wallet inside. Okay,
Mhm.
so they took away the wallet. They dropped the car, but they took away the wallet. That means every night these guys are coming with the torch and looking if anybody is missing anything inside.
Wow.
You,
Okay.
you know, yeah. Means it's not that, oh, I don't have a real new car. I'm okay with that. Means if you forget something, you are in trouble too.
Yeah.
you know and
No, no,
and I want to give
no.
you one more quick example before we complete, Vinayji. In my neighborhood again, okay, these are live examples. The guy break into the home, okay, and he couldn't find anything too much there, but he ate the food they kept and he left.
Right.
He or she, whomever, right? So your last word, Vinayji.
So it's not just happening. The funny thing is, I was surprised to read this piece of news, right? It's not happening in houses. They're not taking cars that are parked in driveways or garage or whatever, right? And carjacking or whatever. The thieves have become so bold that just a few days ago, a bunch of people went to the Ford factory where they manufacture cars, the Ford plant in Oakville. Okay. And they went there and they parked a huge number of cars in the parking lot that are manufactured just maybe a day ago, 2 days ago, whatever. They come and sit in the lot, and then before they get shipped to different destinations, right, to other dealerships across the country or across North America. So people, some thieves went into this Ford plant and cut open the fence. They've got this barbed wire fence, right? So they cut open the or chain link fence actually, and they cut open the fence, and they went inside the lot, and they stole 14 cars, 14 Ford Edge cars. Okay, one after the other, 14 cars, one boom, 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 boom. Because most important for these thieves is time. They want to finish it off in less than 2 to 3 minutes or 4 minutes. So I'm pretty sure that there are a whole bunch of thieves went in there, because if you're driving 14 cars, then you need 14 drivers at the minimum, right? And they probably had trucks or something parked there, and they started piling them into the trucks, and they drove away with it.
Security would have thought it's a Ford truck. That's
I don't even know if there was security. I don't even know. Like, maybe there was. Maybe you're right.
Yeah,
So,
see, Canadian police, you don't want to say anything. We have done a video on it. Okay, the truck full of brand new cars, okay, were stolen. Luxury cars were stolen in Toronto, and they were taking in, and people caught them. People caught them in the middle of the road, and they blocked it, and they are calling the police. Police didn't come. Can you believe that? Police didn't come. And then the guys managed to take care of these guys, and they left.
Yeah.
Means one truck full of stolen luxury cars going in a broad daylight, and people are blocking the road, and they were able to manage it because police didn't show up.
Exactly.
Yeah, anyway.
So apparently, from what I understand from the Halton Regional Police Service website, I believe 12 of the 14 vehicles were recovered, and they also arrested, I believe, 6 people or 5 people were arrested in this
and
connection.
They won't give the name.
No, they've given some names. They've got Tom Thibault Levesque of Newfoundland, Barbara Veronica Rachwal of Mississauga, and James Park of Bowmanville, Cameron Mitchell of Brampton, and Joseph Wells of Rockwood. So,
Wow.
but
This is called secularism. Every community working together.
Exactly. And guess what? Out of these people, a few people have already taken bail, and they have been let out.
They are back to job.
Yeah, and then some of them are waiting for their bail hearing. So this is the unfortunate part, and and life continues.
I have a question to the viewers. How many people are going to say thank you, Mr. Trudeau, for messing up the whole Canada? What do you say? Will you say thank you, Mr. Trudeau? It's a question to you also, Vinay Ji.
Yeah, I don't think I want to.
You had to be really a big guy to mess up a good country like this, and
Exactly.
you did a fantastic job, Mr.
Fantastic
Trudeau.
job.
And, what do you think? Let us know, folks. Comment and let us know. And looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Till then, Jai Sri Ram, Vinay Ji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.